All right, first off, a huge welcome to Advantage. If you're seeing this, it means you made it. You're officially on the team, and honestly, we couldn't be more excited to have you. So let's just jump right in.
Okay, let's get one thing straight, right out of the gate. You are here for a reason. This is not some program where anybody can just walk in the door. You were chosen, intentionally. We saw certain capability in you, a potential that really clicked with where we're headed.
And speaking of where we're headed, it's up. And it's fast. This place is all about high momentum. We're not just kind of growing, we are built to scale and to do it quickly. The pace here, it's intense. The standards, they're high. But the opportunity, it's absolutely massive. So yeah, you're going to want to buckle up.
So for you to really get your role here, you first have to understand the core problem we're all here to solve. What is our mission really? Well, it boils down to one single critical thing for businesses. We solve their invisibility problem.
It's funny. A lot of people look at us and they see the surface stuff, right? Social media, websites, sales funnels. But that's not actually the business we're in. The real problem we solve is so much deeper. We're talking about tackling the silent killer for so many companies out there. A weak online presence, a confusing message, the stuff that makes them lose customers before they even have a chance to say hello. In a nutshell, we fix broken momentum.
So if there's one thing you take away today, it's this. We are the architects of momentum. What we do, building visibility, building credibility, building that forward motion, it's so much more than just marketing. We're talking about transforming a business that's stuck in the mud into a genuine growth engine. That's the impact we have. That's the mission.
Okay, so how do we actually pull this off? Well, to make that mission a reality, we operate like a single, finely tuned engine. And it's absolutely vital that you understand how all the pieces fit together, because guess what? You're now one of those critical parts.
The best way to think about our process is like a growth flywheel. It all kicks off with visibility. Once we have eyes on the business, that creates opportunity. And with opportunity, we can start a conversation. Those conversations, they lead to decisions. And those decisions, that's what sparks real, measurable growth for our clients. The beautiful part is each step just fuels the next one. It creates this powerful, self-sustaining cycle.
And that right there is exactly why there are no small roles at Advantage. I don't care if you're at the very start of that flywheel or at the very end. How you execute your part matters a lot. Nobody here works in a bubble. The consistency, the quality of what you do, it directly impacts the next person in line. It's that connection, that dependency on each other that lets us scale so damn fast.
Okay, so you get the mission, you see how the engine works. Now let's talk about what makes that engine run. Let's talk about the fuel. And for us, that fuel is a very specific mindset. It's what we call being all in.
And I want to be really clear about this. We didn't choose you because we expect perfection on day one. Nobody walks in here knowing it all. That's not the point. We chose you because you are capable. You have the raw materials, the potential to absolutely crush it within this system. So what does all in even mean? It's not just some corporate buzzword, okay? It's about action. It's that commitment you make every single day to show up, and I mean really show up. It's engaging with the training, not just letting it play in the background. It's communicating clearly and doing it early. And maybe the most important piece, taking what you learn and actually applying it right away.
Look, the difference here is night and day. If you give us half an effort, you're going to get half-baked results. You'll stall out. It's really that simple. But when you bring that full commitment, that's when the magic happens. That's when you build real momentum for our clients, for us, and honestly, for your own career.
Now, a huge piece of that commitment is discipline. And listen, don't think of discipline as some boring, restrictive thing. It's not. Think of it as the framework that protects our performance, all of our performance. It's the structure that makes sure we get consistent, high-quality results every single time. And because of that, it's totally non-negotiable.
So let me give you a piece of advice. Around here, the people who grow the fastest, they're not always the ones with the longest resumes. Not at all. They're the ones who are curious, who ask questions, the ones who really engage with everything we give them, and the ones who aren't afraid to take action. Trust me, that mindset will get you further and faster than anything else.
All right, enough about mindset, let's get practical. To help you stay disciplined and actually take all that action, we have a core toolkit. These are the systems you'll be living in and day out. And it's super straightforward. First, there's Discord. Think of it as our central nervous system. It's where all communication happens. Seriously, if it's not in Discord, it basically didn't happen. Then you have Go High Level. That's our system of record. It's where we manage all the client stuff, all the operations. And finally, Google Drive. That's our filing cabinet. Simple as that. Get a handle on these three, and you'll understand the flow of everything.
But look, these tools are just tools. They're only as good as how we use them. So let's talk about the behavioral non-negotiables, the rules of the road. 1. Respect the systems. They're there for a reason, not to make your life harder. 2. Communicate clearly and communicate early. Don't sit on problems. 3. Take this whole program seriously. This is your launch pad. And 4, like I keep saying, apply what you learn. Now, action is king around here.
So, you might be wondering, why all this structure? Why the intensity, the focus on mindset? It's because we're not just building a company here, we're building careers, your career. So let's talk about what the future looks like for you.
I need you to understand, this isn't just another job. This is an accelerator. The stuff you're going to be doing here, it will give you real skills, the kind that are in high demand. You're going to get a front row seat to how a business scales, and scales fast. And that experience translates into real, tangible opportunity, both here with us and wherever you go next.
And let me be really, really clear about this. Leadership positions here are earned. They're not just handed out. The people who jump in with both feet right now, the ones who learn our systems like the back of their hand and show a sense of ownership from day one, those are the people who will be leading our teams tomorrow. Your path to leadership literally starts right now.
So there you have it. That's the big picture. You know the mission, you've seen the engine, you get the mindset, and you can see the horizon. Remember, you were chosen for this. So really, there's only one question left. Are you ready to build some serious momentum?
Yeah, I thought so. Welcome to the team. For real. This is just the very beginning of what I can promise you will be a fast, challenging, but unbelievably rewarding journey. Now let's get to work.
This is the Advantage Mindset Blueprint. We are going to cover the foundation of this operation. You are not brought here randomly. We are selective. Your presence here is intentional.
Understand this. This is not filler work. This is a real business with real clients and real revenue at stake.
And that's because every single role here touches revenue. Every action has a direct and tangible impact on the outcome. Nothing is wasted.
Now let's talk about the scale of the opportunity. This is the reason this system exists.
In the United States, there are over 10 million small businesses operating without a website. 10 million! That is the starting point.
But really, that number is just the beginning. It's a conservative look at the actual size of the market we're addressing.
The total opportunity is much larger. Think about all the businesses out there with broken websites, outdated designs, confusing layouts, sites with no clear call to action, or worse, no way to collect leads at all. Each one of those is an opportunity.
And this is a critical point. We are not convincing people they need something they don't want. The market already agrees with us. The demand already exists. We are simply providing the solution.
So how do we do that? Let's move on to the system itself. You'll see it's built on a very simple, very direct premise.
The Advantage outcome flow is a straight line. Step 1, we create more visibility. Step 2, that visibility builds more trust. And step 3, that trust converts into more customers. It's a logical progression. So what is execution in this context? It's simple. We show businesses what's missing. We make the solution simple to understand, and then we help them fix it. That is the work. Now let's connect this back to your role, because this is where it all comes together. Every role touches revenue.
We don't do busy work here. Busy work means unclear impact, filler tasks, and isolation. We operate on ownership. That means every single action affects revenue. You have a direct impact on the system, and that is what creates compounding growth.
Let's be very specific. Media isn't just content, it creates attention. Lead generation doesn't just find names, it creates opportunity. Outreach creates conversations. Sales creates decisions. And the systems we build create trust. Every single part is connected.
The logic is clear. If one part breaks, the entire system slows down. But if every part works, growth isn't just steady, it compounds. We rely on each other to execute.
And because of that interconnectedness, the standard for performance is not a suggestion. The standard is non-negotiable.
This is the professional standard, showing up consistently, communicating with clarity, taking full ownership of your role, respecting the systems that are in place, and learning quickly. These are the expectations.
Now, to be clear, no one expects perfection. What everyone expects is your effort, your awareness of how your work impacts the team, and complete accountability.
So this brings us to a commitment check. It's a question you need to ask yourself. Are you showing up casually, or are you showing up intentionally, ready to execute? The choice matters.
Let's recap. The opportunity in front of us is not theoretical. It is real.
And the process isn't based on luck or hope. It's a system, and the system works.
Welcome to Advantage.